Thunder T-Wolves, Thunder favored by 8.5. If you look at what OKC has done at home in the playoffs, they are 7-1. Their one loss came to Denver, and that was a 2-point loss. Here are their wins. Starting with the most recent games, how many points they won by? 15, 26, 32, 7, 43, 19, and 51. Their 7 wins and their 7-1 record at home in the playoffs have come on average by 28 points per game. Not only do they beat teams, they embarrass teams at home. And in a spot to end this series right here, right now, the way things went last game, where you had the supporting cast play great for the T-Wolves, but the problem was you got a nothing from Randall and you didn't get enough from Edwards. I think the Thunder end it. And I know it's probably going to be the very public side tonight, but I think it's Thunder in a rout. And I know the public is going to be lining up on that side. The Donks are lined up on that side. I kind of don't care, Sam. I expect the Thunder to end it easily tonight.
It's very difficult for a sports book to gauge a team's effort in elimination games. That's one of the conversations that I used to always have with a lot of the guys in the back. Chris Andrews, Jeff Sherman, John Murray, Tony Miller. You know the Thunder are going to win, likely. You just don't know how much Minnesota is going to fight. Mm-hmm. And there's a very real possibility that this is a double-digit lead at half, and then Minnesota just waves the white flag. It was a good season. I don't want to say great, but getting to the Western Conference Final, I think that checked a lot of boxes progress-wise for a team with a young 23-year-old budding star in Ant. But when the Thunder have you on the ropes and it's a 15-point lead, 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, what does Minnesota do? From a power rating standpoint, this line checks out. It makes sense. I mean, it's a little bit bigger than it was early in the series when I think the first game line was 6.5, 7.
I saw 7 and 8 in game 2.
Okay, so we're basically right where we were in game 2, maybe a half point higher because MGM has 8.5, other books have 8.5. Pinnacle and Chris got hit to 8, so somebody came in and picked off the 8.5. The books are so smart though. Like all I want to do is bet the money line, and you look at the money line price, and they're not stupid. -350, -360. So that's pretty steep for the average bear to want to log in and lay. I could argue that maybe you parlay OKC with something in baseball. The Thunder are going to win, but it is very difficult. You know your number is right at 8, 8.5. You can't make it 10 because wise guys will come in and take 10, 10.5, 11. Forget it.
Yeah.
This will be a public side on the Thunder, but I've seen a lot of examples over the years where the public side in these elimination games is just too strong to knock down.
Edwards, 16 points last game. He was 5 for 13 shooting. I thought it was pretty interesting that in game 1, he was 5 for 13 shooting. And so what happens in game 2, where he only took 13 shots? He took 26. He doubled the volume with field goal attempts. I am kind of wondering, are we going to see something like that where just the volume's incredible? Hey, if they're going to go down at with the shot of Anthony Edwards, with him attacking. The points prop is 26 and a half, considering that one after his 16-point game. But what I don't expect is those guys that all stepped up at 20-plus points for the T-Wolves in their last game at home. I don't see a repeat performance there.
I don't either. I said after the game, not to be a prisoner of the moment, but I said blowout. Mm-hmm. And here we are 2 days later, and I don't feel any differently. No thoughts on the total. I would lay 8, though. MGM letting you lay a cheap 8.5 -105. The 8's important. You can lay 8. You know, if you have the ability, text a buddy that lives in Vegas or text somebody else. I mean, there's a lot of 8 in the market. The public shops are 8.5. The wise guy shops are 8. So you can lay 8. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8s right now. Mm-hmm. Lay the 8 if you can, or buy the half if you can do it cheaply. That's where I'm at.
Jalen Williams had a strong series. In the Memphis series, he averaged 23 points per game. In this series, he's averaging 23 points per game. He went down to 17 points per game in Denver. So I think that's pretty interesting that he's back to what he normally does. And he showed that in the first round of the playoffs. Was looking at the conference MVP numbers, just that gap. We were saying how OKC's minus 5,000 at some books. Western Conference Finals MVP, SGA, minus 3,500. Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Halliburton is now minus 550. So a little bit shorter than the conference price. There's no way that it's anybody else besides Halliburton. But the Finals MVP, it's SGA minus 380 and Halliburton plus 550. It's going to be one of those two guys. Not as interesting as the Conn Smythe conversation over in the NHL with what's happening with these MVP races.
What's Jalen Williams? Is that 30-1? I'm looking right now on the rail on our screen.
I
30-1 for Williams?
There's like a 34 you could find too. Yeah.
Whew. That's what I would bet.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else that you can make a case for. That number is longer than Brunson. Give me a break.
It will be very easy for voters to go to SGA and check that box, though.
It will be.
Jalen Williams would have to do something spectacular in a 7-game series to win the award. And that's what the odds makers know. I mean, look at the market, look at the prices. So that's what you expect. I wouldn't be betting Holmgren or any of the other guys. I like these guys, but in terms of winning the series and being great over the course of a series, it's SGA. I mean, he's the MVP of the league. So why wouldn't it be him?